Hello everyone, welcome to this video. It's the Dreamhack Winter of 2014 Pick'em Challenge predictions. You're with Avela and Kassad, and this is the fourth time we're recording this, and hopefully the last time. I said that in the recording before, and hopefully this is the last time. Maybe we can have some bloopers at the end of this recording, Kassad, or at the end of it. That'd be quite funny. So, I'm sure you guys know me. I cast for e-frag TV. I've been casting CS for the last few months, and I played a lot of Counter-Strike Source, played amateur leagues and whatnot, just like all of you guys. Never really hit the professional level or the semi-professional level. But luckily, we do have somebody who has. Kassad. He's played professionally, and he's also coached for Team Wolf, who played in the ESL 1 Major of Cologne, and he was their coach during that tournament. Welcome, Kassad. You're far too kind.
Looking forward to finally do this with a...
Let's do this. Yes, let's do this. Group A, Fnatic, Bravado Gaming, Cloud9, Hellraisers. Hopefully, our predictions are going to help you guys in making the right predictions for each group, and so that you'll be able to win those things that you win at the end of doing the the Pick'em Challenge predictions. I think what is it like? Isn't it a medal or a cup or something? You get bronze, silver, and gold.
Yeah, I think it's a cup.
Yeah, you get something. I didn't do it last time. I'm probably going to do it this time. Since we're, it seems interesting. Last time I wasn't. It didn't seem too interesting, but there's a lot of hype with it, so we're going to do it this time. But Group A, as we just mentioned, consists of Fnatic, Bravado Gaming, Cloud9, Hellraisers, and we both agree, Kassad, that Fnatic are going to probably be first in that group. It is a best of one, so there's a chance they might be second, but they're definitely going to go through based on their recent performances, and they're definitely favorites in winning the Dreamhack Winter of 2014 based on their performance lately with the change of Schneider and Devilwalk for Olafem and Crims. They've been incredibly good. As you mentioned, they reached the finals of the last major, lost against NIP in a very close best of 3, and what am I saying? Was it a best of 5 or a best of 3? Best of 3. Okay.
Cash, Cobblestone,
yeah.
and Inferno.
And I know the last map was Cobblestone was very close with Cloud9 and NIP, and then the last map in that best of 3 was very, very close. So yeah, and we'll talk about Cloud9 as well. But so they won the Face It Season 2 League Final. They won Fragbite Masters, and they won ESWC 2014. So lately they've been incredibly good, and they are absolutely on fire. The only team that's really been almost on their level has been LDLC, who have played them in a few finals, including Fragbite, where the final was LDLC versus Fnatic, but Fnatic came up on top. So definitely the favorites, aren't they, Kassad?
Yeah, they are the best team in the world now, and they showed it in the last 3 tournaments, and they lost only, like we mentioned, like that Dreamhack Stockholm, but that's only because Olaf got sick and he couldn't play, and it's like you're having one man down from the start, and I don't really count that tournament in this prediction because it's simply the guy was sick, and other tournaments they won pretty easy, and they are the top 1 contender to win this tournament, as well as the top, the Group A, of course. But they have 2 difficult opponents in the group stage. They have Cloud9, who bootcamped. They have Hellraisers, who hired the coach, the guy who I really respect, Blade. And they have a new addition in Simple, who is playing amazingly. His AWP shots are sick, and maybe they can do some damage to them in the group stage. But overall, I think they are the favorites to win the whole thing.
Yeah, Hellraisers, if we remember, in Katowice, did have a bit of a shock result by kicking out Titan. That was a bit of a shock result. And Titan, they looked really strong at that time, and we thought they would be reaching minimally the finals of playing against Ninjas in Pajamas. And they kicked them out, Hellraisers. People didn't expect that. But then again, it's a best of 1. And against a team like Hellraisers, anything can happen, really. And with Hellraisers as well, they've been practicing very hard this time. They've said that they've got strategies. They're a team not really known for their strategies or their tactics, if you'd like to call it that. You want to be more specific. That's for you, DDK. I know that it's a pet peeve of yours. But they've got new tactics, and they've been practicing their tactics. They've been playing a lot recently. They had a boot camp in Cybersports Arena in Kiev, and now they're boot camping, or they've been boot camping the last 3 days at Inferno Online in near, and I think it's in Stockholm, near where the tournament's going to be. And so they've got a lot of practice. They haven't played for a while. We haven't seen them for a while. They've had pretty good LAN results. They beat Nip and Titan in ESWC on LAN in best of ones. So they can definitely have an effect on this group. Cloud9, however, are very, very good on majors, and we wanted to mention it before, but they just lost against Ninjas in Pajamas on Cobblestone. And I think it was semi or the quarterfinals. Yeah, so they're very good on majors, but they haven't had the best run of events lately, especially with online events. They've not played that well. They lost against Virtus Pro in Case King of Kings, and they did well in ESWC. They lost only against LDLC, who, you know, they ended up being the second. They were finalists, and they were very good in that tournament. So it's not too bad to lose against them. It doesn't really hurt you so much. And now they've got that time. They've been able to boot camp in Europe. They've stayed in Europe for a while, so they can't say that they've had jet lag and whatnot. So we expect them to play even better, perhaps, than they did last time in the last major.
Yeah, kind of. They, like we mentioned, they play really well on the majors. Somehow it kind of suits them to play on these kind of tournaments, and they feel really good playing on majors. And they always had a tough group, and they always managed to pass the group stage. And somehow they end up playing against NIP twice, and they lost both times. Yeah. One was in Katowice, and the second one was in Cologne, right?
Yep.
And they always play well, and now they have this boot camp in Europe, which can do so much good for them. But on the other side, we have Hellraisers, who played in Cybersports Arena, and they have like great motivation for this tournament. And between them, it's gonna be a very sick matchup. And it's 50-50, but if I had to give somebody advantage, it's gonna be Hellraiser simply because of the guy called Simple.
Yeah.
And the coach they hired, Blade, that is a player that I really respect, and he knows the game so well.
Yeah, pun intended. Simply because of Simple. I like it. We said this before because we already did Group A like 3 times in the first 3 versions of this video. I said that Cloud9 will go through with Fnatic. I don't know whether it's going to be Cloud9 on top or Fnatic on top. Most likely Fnatic will be number 1, the number 1 seed. But it could be otherwise. Fnatic might go through the lower bracket. But I think it's Fnatic and Cloud9. But Kassad, you think it's Fnatic and Hellraisers, don't you?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be Hellraisers and Fnatic.
What's your reasoning for that? Why do you think Hellraiser is going to go through instead of Cloud9? Do you think it's just because of Simple and the new coach and the fact they've been...
Yeah, maybe the motivation they have, and I don't know. It can affect a game when you have like good strategical advisor. It can affect your game. You can improve your game, and he can notice the mistakes you are making on the boot camp, and if you want, you can correct that and play better than you played in the last tournament. And I think, because of that, they have a slight advantage, and they individually have, maybe they have better players individually. I'm talking about Dozia and Simple, and on the other side, of course, Semphis and Hiko. But I don't know. I have to give the advantage to Hellraiser simply because I don't. It feels like that.
Yeah, it's a feeling. It's a gut feeling. So you guys can follow the gut feeling of the experienced Counter-Strike analyst, or you can listen to me and go with Cloud9. I think you're probably going to disregard both of our opinions and just go with the team that you already planned for in advance. But I honestly think it's Cloud9 because they do so well on majors, and they've been boot camping and they've been practicing, and their team now they had the addition of Shroud, which is quite a recent addition last time, and so they've had him for longer. They've been able to kind of integrate him, and perhaps they can use him even better because he's a very talented player, and he's got quite a... I think they can kind of really push him to be the star player for Cloud9 if they really want to. He has that capability. So perhaps if he performs great, Hiko is also a great player. Nothing as well, that they'll be able to make quite a hit on Dreamhack Winter of 2014. So that's Group A. Fnatic, Cloud9, I say. Cassett says Fnatic, Hellraisers. Not conclusive at all, because these are the 2 only kind of choices that you can really make with Dreamhack Winter Group A. So you can't really say, yeah, oh, Cloud9 Hellraisers, no, and Cloud9 Bravo, whatever that South African team is. I think it's Bravado Gaming. Yeah, you can't really say that. So that's Group A. Let's hop on to Group B. Titan was removed from Group B, and Copenhagen Wolves, they qualified after beating 3D Max. So Copenhagen Wolves, Penta, Team Dignitas, and iBuyPower. I think Team Dignitas lately haven't been as good as they were since the last major and the major before, but they've always consistently gone through the group stages. They've never had a problem. So I think they're going to be first. They've got very talented players. They had a very strong CT side, although it's not as strong as it used to be. They didn't do so great in Fragbite, the Fragbite Masters LAN finals, but they're a very strong team, so I put them on top. iBuyPower, they were strong in Faceit and ESWC. They did really well, but they've switched 2 players, and we really haven't seen them on LAN with the 2 players. We haven't even seen them play any big games with the 2 new players. So what do you say about that, Kassan?
Well, Group B, of course, Dignitas is going to be the first team in that group, simply because they are way more stronger than any other team in this B group. And I know the biggest contender in this for the second spot is going to be Copenhagen Wolves, but they're not going to beat Dignitas or something, because as I remember, Dignitas has never been beaten in Denmark.
Yeah.
So far to Denmark, they never lost to somebody from
like a Danish side. Yeah.
Yeah, and they feel very good playing against their countrymen, and it's the best team in this group, there is no doubt. And I think the second spot will go to Copenhagen Wolves.
Yep.
I really don't like the new lineup of iBuyPower. I think it was a mistake to change these 2 players. It was Steel and Dazed.
Yep, Steel and
They
Dazed.
were playing so good on that Faceit LAN, and
they did really well.
ESWC.
ESWC, they did okay. They lost against Dignitas and Navi.
Right?
Yeah, but they lost in 2 really close games. You know, it was 16-14 with Dignitas and 16-13 with Navi.
It was a big mistake to change 2 players. I said that on that. I was casting that match as CS:GO
Legends series. Yep.
Denial versus iBuyPower when they had these 2 new players. It was a mistake. I think there is no need to bring 2 new players to play the major to have 1 month to prepare.
Yeah.
And they're coming to Europe. They never played European teams. They're coming to major. You are putting them in lots of pressure into them. They should just kept going with the old lineup and try to fix the problems in 1 month they had.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, then you can think about changing players, because you will have 3 or 4 months till the next major. And get the players ready for the next major.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I mean,
I'm just gonna say it was a stupid decision.
Yeah, it really doesn't make a lot of sense, especially just before a major, while knowing that your team did really well. They beat Fnatic in the group stages in Faceit, in the Faceit season 2, and I was there. I saw them. They were playing good. And I didn't honestly notice any problems with the team in terms of chemistry-wise, or that they had problems with each other. They seemed like, you know, they were happy with each other and whatnot. But we heard that there was information that, you know, Steel wanted to leave from before, and, you know, they already had it planned. But if they had just waited until after the major, maybe it has something to do with the sticker money as well. I don't know.
These kind of things, I don't know. These kind of things.
You can just speculate.
They had, it can be sorted out. Almost every one of them. There is no need to change players when you are playing good. Yeah. You need to deal with your problems, and then after the major tournament, okay, you sit down. Okay, we tried this, nothing is changing. We have to remove you.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Not before the tournament, and you're bringing 2 new players which didn't play any international tournament in their life, and you're bringing them to Europe to play on the major, on the big stage of Dreamhack, and you know, it can be good. I think they will be lucky if they are 3rd in the group.
Maybe. Penta Sports, I don't think that they'll go through, but they might win 1 game, perhaps.
Maybe they can win against iBuyPower, but it's going to be for the 3rd and 4th spot. But I think Copenhagen Wolves will be 2nd, simply because they have like Glybe and they have Pimp.
Pimp's good.
Glybe is one of the best in-game leaders in Europe.
Yeah,
I respect that guy so much, back from the day from Western Wolves, where his team was the only one who could like stand up to NIP together with Very Games in that period when they were undefeated.
That's true. That's true.
They were playing against them in Copenhagen Games 2013, if I recall, maybe 2012. They played Mad Cats Invitational in Vienna finals against them, and they played very well. And he's a very smart player and very dedicated player and motivated. He knows how to motivate his teammates. Pimp is also consistent player. And they have lots of experience on their side to pass the group stage, and I think they will do it. And I will say that the second spot belongs to them in this.
They've got a lot of motivation. Their morale is really high up after being 3D Max.
They go to qualifiers, the last chance qualifier. They beat, I can't remember who they beat.
They beat 3D Max,
Yeah, 3D Max in that intense match where they're losing like 12-6 or 13-5, something like that.
Yeah.
And I can imagine they're really pumped up and they cannot wait to sit down and play against iBuyPower, Dignitas, and Penta Sports. And I think they will be the second.
I agree with you. I think the two Danish teams are going to go through based on the fact that iBuyPower have two players. They're not tested LAN-wise. They haven't had time to play together. They haven't had time to prepare together. Copenhagen Wolves are looking pretty good. They're in.
And I was watching iBuyPower with this new lineup in that match against Denial. It was their first match, and they did not look good. The new guys, maybe they were under pressure. That Desi and Nitro, maybe they were feeling under pressure. But if they feel pressure in that match, how are they going to feel in this tournament?
Yeah, in a LAN major.
They cannot rely on Skadoodle to have like 50 frags. You simply cannot do that. You know?
So Copenhagen Wolves and Team Dignitas going through for Group B. We both agree on that. Those are probably going to be the two teams that go through. So a full Danish lineup in Group B. Group C, LDLC, ESC Gaming, NIP, and Planet Key Dynamics. I think ESC Gaming will be a team that will probably surprise a few in terms of how well they're going to play. I think Miku and Miniz are very good players, and they've proven that when they played as stand-ins for Virtus Pro that they did not do too bad. And I think that as a team, ESC Gaming will not be able to beat LDLC and NIP, but they might get a map against one of the teams. It depends on what map they do end up playing, but they do have the capability. And I remember they played a best of 5 as well in CLS online. It doesn't really count. And again, ESC Gaming haven't played any big LANs recently for quite a while, but against Fnatic online, the best of 5, they won some maps and one map, and one map was really close. So it was unexpected that they would play this well against Fnatic, who are currently still the best team in the world. So they might win a map. But I think we can both agree, LDLC, second best team in the world. NIP with its new lineup, both of them will probably end up going through this group relatively easily, and I think LDLC will probably top it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give the advantage to NIP to top the Group C, simply because, okay, they have lots of experience. They're playing in Sweden. They brought new fresh blood. Yeah, Makelele, he's a very good player, and maybe motivation was just over the roof, you know. And maybe they can use that in best of 1 to beat LDLC, which is who is a very strong team. Don't get me wrong. They are the second best team now, like you said.
Yeah.
In finals against Fnatic, but in that finals that was Fragbite Masters, right? When
Fragbite Masters, yeah.
They won one map, and on that overpass it was kind of close, but it was like there was never any chance to beat them. It kind of felt that way. I don't know. I had that feeling.
It's true, but as well before
they put up a fight.
They put up a fight, you're right, but then forget that. Look, Fnatic are on a different level completely, but if you get LDLC and then compare them to the next in line, compare them to Virtus Pro, compare them to Dignitas and other teams, I mean, they beat Virtus Pro 16-0 on Inferno.
Yeah.
That's quite a sick score.
Definitely. I mean, it's going to be an interesting match, but there is no doubt which two teams are going to go through the group stage. Yeah. I'm going to give NIP advantage to be the first, and I'm going to put the LDLC on the second spot. And on the third and fourth, I don't know. Maybe ESC is going to be third, and Planet Key Dynamics is going to be the last in this group. But NIP first.
You think that?
Pretty sure, yeah.
I mean, I don't know the last time they played against LDLC. It's quite a long time ago. I think it was during either Fragbite or Face It. And I think they lost against.
Yeah, LDLC was beating them left and right.
Yeah, but then again, that was with the old lineup. They've got a new lineup.
Exactly, it was a long lineup. They have Makelele now. They found new motivation. They wanna like defend their title, and it's best of one. I mean, you cannot predict that too accurate, you know.
Yeah,
it's best of one.
It's true.
You take the pistols, you take some economy to your side, and suddenly you are winning easily.
Yeah. That's very true. I mean, but one point I want to make is Ninjas in Pajamas haven't looked too dandy with the new side. I mean, it's been online in case King of Kings, but they didn't look too great. They lost against Virtus Pro 2-0. So perhaps they have some things to fix. But again, it's a major, and I think it's a completely different playground.
Of course,
it's a completely different playground.
Exactly what I wanted to say. I mean, they are all in their heads. The major is the only thing in their minds
that matters. Yeah.
Let's prepare for this. Whatever happens, we'll just play this. If we lose, we lose. We're gonna practice, and when we come to the big stage, we're gonna show what we got. You know.
What we have exactly. Yeah, of course. I agree 100%.
This kind of results in that case King of Kings.
It doesn't really matter. Yeah,
it doesn't really matter at all.
You know? Yeah. Okay, that's Group C. LDLC, NIP Gaming. I think you guys should you'll probably have an enjoyable match to watch with ESC Gaming. Planet Key Dynamics are not bad as well. I think they're an okay side. They did pretty well against Cloud9 in the case King of Kings. I mean, they got quite a good amount of rounds. They were beaten by Copenhagen Wolves in the 99 damage arena that they had quite recently. I think it was a day or two ago. And well, you know, online they've had some good games, you know. In the ESWC, they had okay games with LDLC and Cloud9. I think they lost one game 16-10 and the other 16-10 or 9. So they're not horribly bad. And for those who don't know them, we have Trubley and Alex, who used to play for, I believe.
Trubley played for Mouse.
Yeah, he played for Mouse and.
Alex was the last edition instead of Klee.
CLY, yeah, because Klee was turned out to be hacking, so cheating. That's another different story. I'm not go into that bag of that can of worms right now. We could talk on for ages about that, but maybe we should do a video cast. Maybe let's join the cheating bandwagon and make a video.
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
I have a couple of things to say about it.
Yeah,
I'm sure you do also.
Yeah, I actually do. Maybe some people have seen me tweet lately, but I have some things I'd like to say about it. But a lot of people have spoken about it, and a lot of the things that I want to say have already been said, probably. But why not? Maybe people care about our opinion, and so we'll talk about it. But that's Group C. Group D, Virtus Pro, MyXMG, Navi, and we don't have Epsilon. Instead, we have Flipside. Flipside, who have Pith playing for them, and who else is playing for Flipside?
Twist, I think.
Twist, yeah. Twist used to play for LGB.
I will check.
They have two Bosnian players, I remember.
Yeah, Benji and let me check.
Oh, that's weird. For some reason, it says Pith isn't playing for Flipside anymore. I don't know why. That's weird.
Oh, Pith is playing for Orbit. Yeah.
Pith is playing for Orbit. Yeah.
Flipside is Berg, Twist, Benji, Zend, and Dumas. Benji and Dumas are Bosnian players.
Yeah, they're the Bosnian players. Yeah.
The rest of the players are Swedish. So Twist is a very good player. I think.
He is.
Potentially NIP's.
Yeah, one of the players that could play for NIP. He's an opera as well. He's a definitely good player. But I still think that 3D Max were kind of cheated from a spot in the Dreamhack Winter. I think they should have gone through instead of Flipside.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the teams that has been chosen to play this qualifier and the matchups, I really don't understand that matchups. But it's like you said, it's a whole other story, and we shouldn't get into that.
Yeah. But who did they beat? They beat. Was it London?
Beat London Conspiracy 2 times 16-13.
London Conspiracy is a relatively strong side as well, but yeah. Oh,
but as I know, they don't practice too much because they have too many commitments like school, work, whatever, and they don't get to practice that much. But if they do, I think that they would be solid. They will be always playing majors.
Yeah.
But not this time.
Not this time. We've got Virtus Pro and Navi. All right. Virtus Pro, I can say that they'll probably go through. They've never been stopped at the group stages in any of the majors in CS:GO. They won Katowice. They had Katowice, and they also had not Gfinity. Was it Gfinity?
Gfinity, yes, they won that.
They won Gfinity. They had
right
that
after
nice
the
50k. Yeah, right after the vacations.
Summer vacations.
Summer vacations, yeah, not the other vacations. And they've had some pretty good online matches. They lost against Mousebots recently in the Benki All-Star Show match. They played well against Cloud9. They beat NIP. I think, did they win Case King of the Kings? I think they won. I think Pro. Yeah, I think they won. They were the ones who won that tournament.
They beat the finals.
Yeah, they beat Cloud9 in the finals. They didn't do too great in Fragbite. They got absolutely destroyed by everyone there. But then again, they were playing with a stand-in, so you can't really take that into context too much. In ESWC, they won one game against... They beat Virtus.pro in a best-of-3. Sorry, they beat Navi. They didn't beat themselves. They beat Navi in a best-of-3.
Sometimes they beat themselves.
maybe 2-1. They had 2 maps. Navi had 1. So in the last time that they played in a LAN, they beat them. They've said that they've changed their play style. Taz in the recent interview was talking about how they've been concentrating on their weaknesses. They've been changing their playstyle. They've been adding they're trying to play more tactically. But they haven't had the best of preparations. That's something that he's mentioned. And they don't want to play with stand-ins. Obviously, they've been playing with a lot of stand-ins recently, Miniz and Miku. So this time around they'll have the whole crew. So they'll be with in their full strength. And they seem relatively motivated, but nothing exceptional, nothing exceptionally different in their preparation this time. They're not going to be playing with Poland. In Poland, they don't have that kind of home ground bonus or home ground. What's the word? Completely forgotten. Advantage. That's it. On the other hand, Navi, have they had any differences? Really, have they changed anything recently? We haven't heard too much from them. They've not played. I mean, I think the last time I saw them was in ESWC. I don't think we've seen them in any tournament after that.
Fourth, they lost in the semifinals, and they lost in the third place match against Virtus.pro.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing they're preparing for this tournament. Like we said, the major is a whole other thing than when you're comparing it to other tournaments.
Yeah.
And people are in their minds that this is the biggest tournament till the end of the year, and maybe a couple of months after that. And they're all preparing for this. And I think, as far as this group goes, I think that Virtus.pro is gonna... I don't know who's gonna be first, but because whenever Virtus.pro and Navi are playing, no matter who is in what form or who is on fire and who is not, they always play like interesting match. They always play like sick matches and overtimes, 16-14 and crazy frags and everything. So anyway, Virtus.pro is one of my favorite teams through these years. So back in 1.6 and CS:GO, I really enjoyed playing.
Yeah.
And they are the champions from Katowice, and they know how to win this tournament.
They've done it before.
Yeah, they've done it before. It's just a question if they're going to be first or second, and the as far as Navi goes, it's the same. So I don't think there is any chance for Amaya XMG or Flipside to actually do something
against these guys. No.
Against these guys, yeah.
Yeah, I think these teams are very Virtus.pro and Navi very focused. They're going to win that best of one. It's going to be the difference between Virtus.pro and Navi, and I think both teams are going to go through. I'd say Virtus.pro will go top, Navi second. Just based simply on the fact that last time they played, Virtus.pro was better than Navi. But it can go both ways, to be honest. You can't really say 100%. There's no good reason to say that Navi or Virtus.pro are going to beat each other.
Yeah, definitely. I noticed in last maybe 1 month or 2 months that Bialy is like back on his true form.
Yeah,
he's playing amazingly in the last tournament.
Yeah, he was so sick in Katowice. I think Bialy and Snacks are going to be the key to their major tournament, even this time around. And they were the key to their major tournament in Katowice as well. They played.
Yeah, Bialy and Snacks.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
If they play like they can, I think top 4 is very easily achievable for them.
It is. Right now, I think they're one of the top 5 teams. Virtus.pro. Yeah, definitely. So, Navi and Virtus.pro. So let's go quickly through our decisions. Group A, I said Fnatic Cloud9. Kassad says Fnatic Hellraisers. Group B, pretty standard. It'll be Team Dignitas and Copenhagen Wolves. iBuyPower really depends whether the two players have meshed in, whether they can really perform. But recently online, they've not looked too great, and having a change just before a major, not the best choice. But maybe they can surprise. Group C, LDLC and NIP Gaming, relatively easy choice there. Kessler saying NIP will be first. I think LDLC will be first. Group D, Virtus Pro and Navi. So those are our predictions for you for those 4 groups, and I hope that you guys will enjoy watching Dreamhack Winter. I'll actually be at the Face It Studios doing the second stream, so I'll be doing the Group B and Group D matches. So if you watch those, you'll see my face, and I think I'll be with Dan. I'll be with DDK. So that's some cool news for you guys, isn't it? On the other hand, let's do kind of a prediction. Who do you think will reach the final? Which 2 teams will be playing in the final, Casa?
It's
like just some quick bonus content.
It's a hard thing to say. What would I would like to see Dignitas playing finals finally.
Yeah.
But I would say let's just pick. It's a very difficult decision, you know. It has like 5-6 very good teams. I'm gonna say NIP Dignitas.
You think it's gonna be NIP Dignitas? If they don't meet before the finals, then it could be an IP Dignitas. But I don't know how the seeding is going to be, so I can't really say. But I think something really tells me that NIP are not going to be that great. I know it's going to be this is an unpopular statement to make. They're an absolutely excellent team. They have amazing players. They've been preparing for this major. They've got a new addition of Makaleli, or XM. He's an incredibly good player. They're absolute legends. But I just have this feeling inside me. I can't really say it. It's not a very strong, opinionated, well described opinion. Sorry, but I truly believe that NIP are not going to reach the finals. In my opinion, I think honestly, that Cloud9 are going to reach the finals. I honestly think that. Simply because they did so well in the last majors and they were so close in winning their games and reaching the finals, and this time round they've gotten that much more preparation. They've been together for longer. They've been able to boot camp for such a long while, and they've just been focusing so much on this tournament. And a part of me says that Cloud9 has the capability of reaching the finals. So I want to make that maybe unpopular kind of prediction that Cloud9 will reach the finals. I think they're a team that will probably reach the finals. The second team, I think, will be between Fnatic and LDLC. It also depends on the seeds, how they go through. But if Fnatic and LDLC meet before the finals, I think that's going to be the mini final, because I think either Fnatic or LDLC are going to win this tournament. I think Cloud9 should hope not to meet one of these teams before the finals. Hopefully one of them knocks out the other. But if Cloud9 meets either LDLC or Fnatic, I think the final could be Fnatic LDLC, although what I just said didn't make a lot of sense. But it should be Cloud9 with LDLC or Cloud9 with Fnatic. That's my prediction.
I'm giving the slight advantage to NIP simply because I don't see them being under pressure, because some people are saying, okay, they bring new player, they're maybe feeling pressure to do something this tournament. I don't see it that way. I think there is no pressure for them. They won the last major. They became the best. They confirmed they are the best in that period, and they are the best CSGO team from the beginning. And they changed player, and I think they are feeling a bit refreshed and motivated and not pressured at all. They're just gonna play their game like they know, and if they do that, I think the final is very easily reachable for them.
Yeah.
And on the other side, Dignitas, together with Virtus Pro, my favorite team. I really enjoy the way they're playing, and they just had the problems with finishing the match.
Yeah, if
people are saying choking. Maybe that's the correct or maybe not, but they have the problems to finish the map, and I think they had some time to work with that, and they have some bad, difficult, bitter defeats, and once you learn from that, I think that can do so much good for you as bad,
I think we agree on the top 4 then. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah, I think that NIP are going to get there. Dignitas, top 5, Dignitas are going to be there. Fnatic are going to be there, and Cloud9 are going to be there, I think, and Virtus Pro. That's 5 teams, I think, right? That's 5 teams. No, that's more. That's 6 teams. Okay, we agree on the top 6. It's not a really big thing because there's like
Definitely.
Yeah, there's 16 teams. They're like the best 6 teams easily, but and they're gonna go through. So we know the 8 teams that go through. So we agree on 2 teams being kicked out early on. But
let's just say I will say like this: my favorite is Dignitas.
Yeah, your favorite. I think Dignitas
are
are
second finals, but my favorite to win this.
They're a top team. They're a very good team. They've just not been able to reach the finals before. And that's why. That's the only reason I think that they won't go through. I think they haven't done anything. I haven't seen anything that has made the team different enough to be so different that they reach the finals. That's something I see.
In Cologne, they lost 16-14 both maps against Fnatic. That was Mirage and I don't remember the second. Maybe that's 2.
It's true. You're right. You're right.
And they had that crazy game against Cloud9. Were such a sick frags, and I think it was Hiko going around the smoke in the Mirage and killing 3-4 people, and then Dupre doing the same, and it was kind of crazy match, and they lost that match unfortunately, and that affected the bracket later on, and they lost in the semifinals anyway. They didn't know how to finish the map, but I think they learned by now, and they are my favorites for winning the whole thing this time.
We'll see, Kassad. We'll see who's right or wrong. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Big thanks to Kassad. He'll be with me or with us to do more videos in the future. And I hope you guys like this kind of content. We're going to be doing a bit more video content here on e-frag TV, where we'll talk about different things on Counter-Strike. It's a very last-minute thing. We recorded on XSplit, not the best choice. I think the quality might not be too great. I have no idea. I think it won't be. But hopefully next time it'll be better. But hopefully you were quite well educated by this little discussion. We didn't go into too much detail about the various choices, and I think the choices are relatively easy. There's not too many hard choices in each of the groups. I think in most groups there's like 2 obvious winners, except for me, Group A, where you can kind of either say Cloud9 or Hellraisers. It's the hardest group out of the 4 groups. But yeah, thank you very much. Do check me out and check Kassad out on Twitter. You can also check out Electronic Frag on Facebook. And the e-frag website is going to be released relatively soon as well. You guys can get all information about the tournaments. European Championship LAN Finals, December the 14th. Although I think they start on the 14th or 15th. So definitely save some time during your weekend to watch that, because it's going to be absolutely awesome. You'll really like it. There's a lot prepared in store. I'm going to be there. Kassad's going to be there. Loads of players are going to be there, and hopefully you'll have a really nice weekend watching some good national, international Counter-Strike. But I think that's all from me. Do you have anything else to say, Kassad?
No, I think you said pretty much everything. We just have to sit back and watch Dreamhack, and maybe chill out after that. Then is European Championship Finals. So
oh yeah. It's gonna be nice. It's
lots of Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for that. Just one question before we finish. Why is your Twitter Kassad1G? By the way, what's that 1G mean?
First generation.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean first?
Like
generation?
the first generation of players, something like that.
So you see yourself as the first generation of players, huh?
Oh yeah.
You're one of those elitists. Like, yeah, I'm old school.
Oh no, just the first generation.
Just the first generation.
From the beginning.
Okay, whatever.
Old school.
Old school. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. See you guys very soon. Take care.
Hello, Wheeler. You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game. What happens if you lose? The device you're wearing is hooked into your upper and lower jaw.
That's so sick, man. It's
You sound like Zordon from Power Rangers.
You need to destroy like Super Megazord.
Definitely recording this time. Okay, perfect. We're definitely recording.
From where?
From the beginning.
Oh Jesus.
Jesus. Okay, we're live. Let's do this again. My face is proper red now. But all right, let's do this again. That was such good content. Shit. Okay, it's good. It's good that let's look at the bright side. We found out like now when we were on Group A, so that's good. how well we think they're going to play and whatnot. This is literally the second recording. We just had an awesome discussion of Group A, me and Kassad, but for some reason it didn't record. So I'm a bit sad about that. As good as a discussion as we just did. So first off, Fnatic number 1. All right.
Sorry. We have to go again.
Why? What did he do?
You said like I'm still coach of Team Wolf and then do not exist. I was trying to tell you, man.
Did you type?
I typed it, man.
Wow, bro, that's what I said to you. You were, and then you were like, yeah, I still am.
I was gonna say no, and it was too late. You continue talking.
You fucking idiot. All right, let's stop.